In this video, I'm going to discuss the Navy Federal Auto Pre-Approval process. Let's get into it. Hey guys, I'm Tasha from the Major Change Group, where we believe small changes can create big results. And if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. We talk about credit, budgeting, student loans, and everything in between. Now first I want to say, I love Navy Federal. Now, I have been with Navy Federal for about a year. I'm coming up on a year. And I have the checking account, savings account, and then I have the Navy Federal Flagship credit card. Now, if you've been on this channel, you guys know now the Navy Federal Flagship card is my #1 credit card. This is the one that I use the most out of all of the credit cards. I really could cut up all the rest of them and use this one permanently, but you'll have to check out my video where I did the Flagship review and then let me know what you think. But I love Navy Federal. So now I'm gonna be doing the auto loan through them, and I want to share what my process has been like thus far. And I have to say, so far it's been the easiest process that I have ever went through. This will be my 3rd car that I've gotten, and the 2nd car that I have actually purchased myself. So let's get into it. Now I wanted to make sure that I mention this. To be a Navy Federal member, you have to be either in the armed services, a veteran, a family member of somebody that was in the services, or live in the same household. You scroll down to auto loan, and then you can see that the lowest interest rate is about a 1.79. So you click on auto loan, and then it's going to take you to another page to say auto loan options. So when you get over to the auto loan options, click on view rates. And so this is going to give you a table for new, used cars, and then how many months do you want to get the car for. Now this is going to be some pertinent information, because these are going to be the first 2 questions that they're going to ask you. 1, how much do you want the loan for? 2, how many months do you want the loan for? Now, one good thing that I love about this site is that it has a calculator. So let's say I want to get the loan for $20,000. So I can put in the calculator $20,000 and then 60 months. And so it's going to automatically put in the lowest interest rate, which is 2.19%. And so it's going to give me, what, $350. But if you are not for sure how much your credit score is, and you don't know about how much you think you would hit on the annual percentage rate, you can go on the app. There's an app called Loan You Later, and this can give you a lot more information. So 1, you can put in how much you want to get the car for, and then 2, how many months, and then since you're not for sure what your credit score is going to be, Navy Federal's interest rate is between 2.19 to 17%. So if you think you're kind of in the middle, let's say 6%. So then you can just put the percentage in there, and it'll tell you how much estimated your car loan is going to be. So I think that this is great, because I just wanted to make sure that currently right now I'm paying $260 for my car loan, but since I'm paying it off, I'm paying $400. And so I said, you know, $400 is okay, but I really don't want to pay that much. So I said around $350. So I was playing around on the app, and then so that's how I got $20,000. So when I called Navy Federal, because you can either apply on the site or you can call. Now, I think it's better to call, and it only took about 20 minutes, but I had asked a couple of questions, and that's okay. So the lady asked me, how much did I want the loan for? So I said $20,000. Did I want a new or used car? And I said, well, I want a new. And then she asked me if I was going to have a cosigner. So I'm not going to have a cosigner. So then some other information that you have to know is, how much is your annual income, and how much is your rent or mortgage? How much are your living expenses? So those are going to be the 2 questions that they're going to ask you before you can get the loan started. So the good thing about the pre-approved process is that you have 90 days to decide on what kind of car. So you don't have to do this, you know, tomorrow. So I started this process on Friday, and they said that either 1, I could drive up to the nearest location. And so for me, that's going to be Clarksville, Tennessee. And I live in Antioch, so that might be about an hour drive. So I said, no thanks. So they're going to mail it to me certified. So she said that I would get a check on Tuesday. So I'm going to get my check on Tuesday, but I have 90 days to be able to decide what I want to do. Next, she's just going to ask you those questions. How much do you want to finance? Do you want new or used? Are you going to have a cosigner? How much is your annual income? How much is your rent or mortgage? And then also she's going to ask you if you're going to have a cosigner. So then she's going to read some information and you have to approve it and things of that nature. And so here's where you'll get approved. Also, she's going to ask you if you want gap insurance. Now, to get gap insurance, the car has to be a 2013 or higher. And I got gap insurance, and so that's why my loan ended up being $20,299. Next, so after she did all of that, she ran my credit. So it said that my loan was going to be under review. Now, I got nervous about this, but she said, and so I asked her, is this something that happens? And so she said, yes, they just need to take a look at some additional information, and I could be approved between 8 hours and 24 hours. But, you know, since she said that I'm going to get a check on Tuesday, in my mind, I was just like, most likely I'm going to get approved, but I didn't know how much my interest rate was going to be. And for me, that was the number one main information that I wanted to know, but she couldn't tell me that. So most of the time, you're going to get approved, but how much is your interest rate going to be? So I said, okay. And then I have the app on my phone. So she told me how I can go and look on my phone to see if I was approved or not. So I went in and I could see that it said it was under review. And it was so funny because since she said it was going to take up to 8 hours, possibly, or 24 hours, I would go in there and check, and I said, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. And so this was on a Friday, so Saturday morning by 9 o'clock, I was approved. And they actually sent me an email as well, but in the email it just said I was approved, but it didn't have my interest rate in there. So I called them up again. It was I maybe talked to them for like 5 minutes, and so they let me know that I was approved for the $20,299, and then my interest rate was going to be 2.19%. So I did get the lowest interest rate, which is great, and I'm going to get the check on Tuesday in certified mail. So I have time. So during this time, I'm going to see, okay, which cars am I gravitating towards a little bit more and just doing my own investigation on which cars. And so I'm going to be looking to see, well, what kind of powertrain warranty am I going to get? You know, are there any certified pre-owned cars that I might like? Because even though I said that I was going to get a new car, once I got approved, she said I could get a used car if I wanted to. And as long as I didn't go over my check approval, I was okay. But if I went over my check approval, all I would have to do was call them and let them know. Now, I can only take this check to a dealership. She said if I wanted to go through a private, that I would have to call them and they would give me a different kind of check. So I'm telling you guys, if you want to get a car loan through Navy Federal, this is definitely the way to go. Well, right now the process is very easy. And so what in my mind, how I think I'm going to get a check, and then it's going to give me the leverage to be like, okay, I can be able to negotiate, you know, kind of what I want, and I have more leverage, you know, in my mind. This is what I'm thinking. So I hope that this is how it's going to go. But turn your notifications on, because this is just the beginning of the process. And so if you have watched any of my videos, you guys know that I like to do a plan. And so that's what I'm going to do. So next stage is looking at the cars. And then the next stage after that, when I get the check on Tuesday, and then that's when we can start going and test driving a few cars. But I think I'm only going to do maybe like 3 cars or so. I'm going to do my research on the back end now during this time, and then that way I don't have to waste a whole lot of time, you know, test driving cars and all that kind of stuff. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. Please like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell, because I'm definitely going to be taking you along on this journey. And if you have any questions, drop down in the comment and let me know. I will be so happy to tell you how my journey has been and answer any questions that you might have. But thanks so much for watching. Till next time. It's not a game, it's a